Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, it's the Action Rock Corner Shuffle Show. YouTube music like Shuffle Show. When you're here on YouTube and you're watching videos and listening to songs and you really like one, give it a like. And YouTube will save it for you and put it in a library so that you can hear it again when you want to. So I got about 5,000 songs, which I think is the limit. I haven't checked what my number is. But, you hit the shuffle button and YouTube takes it from there. It's like having a radio station that you programmed through YouTube does the DJing. Okay, that makes sense. So, first one at the gate. Remember when Def Leppard was a rock and roll band? Remember when Def Leppard was identified with the new wave of British heavy metal? They gotta deny it now. But this, High and Dry, boy howdy, they were a rock and roll band. They were a great rock and roll band. Gave me 2 songs from this record. Another Hit and Run. Great song. Another Hit and Run. Do they play that live anymore? Is that anything that they do anymore? I also got Lady Strange. God, I wish I got the title track. High and Dry Saturday Night. That's a hot tune too. But what they gave me was Another Hit and Run. Rock and roll. That's what I'm looking for. Now, with Def Leppard, this record and this record's really all you need. After this, Pyromania, it goes downhill from there. They become a pop band. Despite having, certain people of a heavy metal pedigree, but what can I do? Here's another band. They used to rock really hard. And then they went pop too. And for some of you, you weren't alive. You weren't born yet when these guys used to rock. Aerosmith. Sweet Emotion. Yeah, Sweet Emotion is a horrible cliche now. Just for the last, 50 years on classic rock radio, playing it over and over again. One of the only, 5 or 6 songs they play from Aerosmith, period. Sweet Emotion, over and over again. I understand. You may be sick, totally sick about it. But you have to remember, I own all this stuff. And now I review for you a record every day, at least one. And I don't have to hear classic rock radio. I don't work in a workplace that has the classic rock station on all day long, playing the same damn songs over and over again. I'm happy instead. So, when I get to hear Sweet Emotion, I haven't heard it in years. Maybe. At least months. Which is about the right timing. Every couple of months, at most. Maybe a couple of years. Sweet Emotion, waiting on that pace. Hell of a song. It deserves its placement among the classic rock songs of all time. Sweet Emotion is amazing, especially its production. Absolutely amazing. Let's talk about new tunes. Things we reviewed and you may not have watched the review. Okay, ladies, are you prepared? I may turn you into a lesbian right now with this cover. The Cosmic Psychos. I Really Like Beer is their album. Great record from Australia. The song they played me was 15 Footer, a song referring to a certain kind of truck. Maybe a pickup truck, moving truck, 15 footer. And that's the only lyric to it, 15 footer, over and over again. Don't explain why. They really like 15 footers. As well they should. As well they really like beer. Great record. I Really Like Beer. Institution in Australia since 1982. Well, the first record was mid-80s. They've been with us 40 years in Australia. Outside of Australia, not as big. But I gotta listen to more Cosmic Psychos down the road, among other bands. So, 15 footer, and that record, it's great. You know you're in Gillan from Deep Purple. Smoke on the Water, and Highway Star and all that great stuff he sung. And he's, they reunited the band. He's been there, except for vacation he took. Joe Lynn Turner did a good record. Joe Lynn Turner, actually. Slaves and Masters, underrated record. But then, Ian Gillan came back, and he's been there ever since. I'm talking instead of his solo band, Gillan. Damn, that was a hot band. We loved that band in the day. 45 years ago now? Yeah, about. That was my introduction to the band. There was an American version of this record released. They didn't tour the States to promote it. One of those deals with the record label. We got American distribution too. Put up $35,000 and throw it out there. So anyone falls in love with it. See if a DJ picks it up. They didn't. They should have. The song, Are You Sure? A song appropriate for the world in 2025, 26. About, if God fights the devil and kicks the devil out of hell, can he take his place? And cops abusing civilians. ICE anybody? It's a lyric written for 2026. So, this is a great record. Great record. Glory Road. With Bernie Tormé on guitar. Colin Towns on keyboards, John McCoy on bass, and Ian Gillan's old drummer from the 60s before T Purple. I can't remember his old band's name. Never mind. Great record, Are You Sure? You don't know your Gillan. Not to be confused with the Ian Gillan Band, which was progressive jazz. Progressive, it was different. So remember, Gillan, that's what you're looking for, not Ian Gillan Band. Some really good records to be found there. Look it up. Here's another band you need to look up. 60s style garage rock with modern references and instrumentation and mix. The 66ers. It's a supergroup led by Joe Queer of the punk band The Queers and Steve from the 99ers. So, and Steve basically, I think, did the writing. So the name of the band is based on the 99ers, so they made it 66ers. Look at that cover. It looks like, superficially, like a old, late 50s, early 60s party. Except we had segregation in America in the early 60s, late 50s. So brown-skinned people really wasn't partying with the white kids, our grandparents back in the day. So, and of course, tattoos. That was a thing back then. So that's your hint that this is not a early 60s record. This is today. The song I got was Moo Moo. I like Moo Moo. That's a great tune. So you're getting the 66ers. You get garage, surf, beach, get it, and bubblegum. Yeah, bubblegum music. Look, I don't like pop music usually, but the stuff I grew up with, I'm old. The commercial stuff when I was a munchkin, when I was, that many, or maybe that many. That's what I was hearing. So, yeah, Beach Boys and Jan and Dean. It's in my head. I like it. While pop music today, oh, awful. But some of it's cool. Yeah, sure. Here's another one I reviewed. Hopefully you caught on. Action rock. You look for action rock? This is Action Rock Corner, The Hip Priests. Their EP, We Become Nothing. That's not a very encouraging thought in a religious context. The Hip Priests are from England. They rock like all get out. They tour with other action rock bands, all the hit bands. The song I got, they're doing their 20th anniversary this year. Congratulations, Hip Priests. Lose Those Chains. Heck of a tune. from Sweden. A little bit of action rock again. Go old-fashioned rock and roll. Female-fronted band, Spiders. Not can be confused with other bands called Spiders. This one is from Sweden. It's female-fronted, but one of the guys in the band takes the lead for the vocal on the song Fun in the Sun. Nice, happy song. But the guy singing the song sounds like Mick Jagger speaking during the song Miss You. You know Miss You by the Rolling Stones? You know, some Puerto Rican girls dying to meet you. That kind of spoken Mick Jagger. So he does that effect as he talks, sings through Fun in the Sun. And the female singer, of course, chimes in for the refrain. And it's a really nice song, a really cool song. Cool record. What's the name of this record again? Isn't on this? Oh, Sharp Objects. Good record. Last official one, I promised 8. Humble Pie. I was impressed as many people tuned in for my review of this fine record. Sunset Boulevard, 1969. Barely 1969, it was December 1969. And they do a cover and jam. Boy howdy, they jam on the old Pirates song, Shakin' All Over. I think there's a bunch of people have covered Shakin' All over the years. The Who and many others. I didn't do my homework, sorry. Who else has done Shakin' All Over, Mr. May? A lot. It's a cool song. Even if it's an old song, it's cool as hell. Shakin' All Over. Now, Humble Pie, you only can find this version on this record. Other songs on this record you find in, they re-recorded in, of course, the live classic record that the Humble Pie did a few years later. This is so well done, it's so well recorded because they were going to release this back in the day. But the record label went out of business. So it stayed in the can a long time. Probably been bootleg and whatever, but officially got released late last year. It's not what you expect. Steve Marriott, the singer of Humble Pie, breaks out a harmonica. This is when Peter Frampton was in the band, when they formed Humble Pie. Peter Frampton, yes, that Peter Frampton. And Peter Frampton wanted to get away from pop music. He returned, of course. But, he was 18 at the time. He was a kid. And so Steve Marriott, fresh from the Small Faces. Remember the Small Faces, boys and girls? Maybe not. So, they form Humble Pie. And Peter's the lead guitarist. Steve Marriott breaks a harmonica nice jam section there between the guitar and the harmonica. And then both Steve and Peter. I had to surmise this because there's only two people available who play keyboards in Humble Pie are Steve and Peter. Jerry Shirley, the drummer, also plays some keyboards, I read, but he wouldn't be available if any drumming was going on. So there's a organ keyboard thing going back and forth between Peter and Steve during Shakin' Over. It's a cool jam. Harmonica, keyboards, dueling keyboards, dueling guitar. It's a thing. It's great. It's on YouTube. Everything here's on YouTube. This is a YouTube shuffle show, for Pete's sake. Absolutely great. You should hear Shakin' Over by Humble Pie from Sunset Boulevard, 1969, barely, December 1969. Real quickie, bonus one. Wearing Black by Laura Jane Grace. Yeah, this is my song for 2025. Wearing Black at the Pride Parade. YouTube keeps on giving me that song. You know, YouTube loves that song, apparently. I learned of the song from YouTube in the first place. And, you know, and when I finish a punk record and, you know, they give you a different song when the record's over, they often give me Wearing Black by Laura Jane Grace. Absolutely corking song. You want to rock? Even if you're a homophobe, you gotta admit, this song rocks. Wearing Black at the Pride Parade is the rest of the lyric, but the song title is Wearing Black. But they won't give me the video. I know, I kept the video for Wearing Black. Sexy damn thing. Sexy damn thing. I'm not sure of the gender of some of these sexy things in the video, but it's a sexy damn thing. Wearing Black by Laura Jane Grace. I mentioned that song before, but YouTube keeps on giving me the darn thing, and I'm going to have to stop referring to it because I plugged it. I plugged that song before. My year end, my summer song of 2025, I plugged it before. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe to Action on Corner, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment. Any of these things, you know, ring a bell for you, and give us some of your shuffle songs. What comes up on your YouTube music likes? Don't bogart, share. What songs come up when you press the shuffle button? And for latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psych, stoner, space rock, psychobilly, if it rocks, we'll have it here for you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.